Welcome to the channel, everyone. Today doing something a little different here. You can see I got my little Ruger Bearcat out, and I'm actually trying to get this thing hung up on the wall. This all started when I took my 44 Marlin and I hung that up on the wall. I actually bought some mounts for that, and then hung it up, and I liked it so much that I wanted to put my little Bearcat up there with it. I just enjoy looking at the guns. I don't get to use them as much as I would like, so just seeing them is kind of nice. But like I said, I bought mounts for that, and I really like those mounts. I'll link those. They kind of look like a railroad tie that's been bent over. I don't really know exactly how they're made or what they really are, but I think they complement the gun without being so overpowering that you see the mounts. So anyway, I like those, so I went looking for a mount to mount a handgun, and really there's not a whole lot out there, so I decided to make something. So I made these, and these are just pieces of steel. It started out like this. These are just something I cut off from another hanger, and I beat the crap out of it with a hammer to give it kind of an old look. And then I welded some rod on there. I got to cut this rod off. I got to cut a 1/2 inch, because I was thinking about hanging up my 357, which is a much larger gun, but I'm just going to use these for this little gun, so I got to trim it down so they're not so noticeable. So I got to trim a 1/2 inch off of these, and I actually hung it up on the wall with just these, thinking the gun would be bold enough to kind of fill the area of the wall, but it just didn't. It just didn't do it for me, just that little gun hanging up there. So I've got to give it a little more of a dramatic, bold look. So what I got is actually I got a set of these, what they call floating shells. I'll link those too. These are actually supposed to be hung up. They come with rope and you hang them up. I doubt I'm going to do that though. But I've got this, and then I picked up this kind of cheap, it's a Ruger sign. It looks like it's weathered, but it's not. It's just printed. So I'm going to take this. I'm going to put it in there like this. Now keep in mind, I'm doing this quick. Things aren't going to be centered, but I'm going to center that up in there. I'm going to take my mounts and I'll put them in there for the gun, and then I'll put the gun in here, kind of something like this. Again, keep in mind I got one hand, just kind of throwing this together so you can kind of see what's going on. Obviously I need that other mount, to go right there. But anyway, this is kind of the gist of what I'm doing here. The only thing about this is the sign doesn't cover all the way. There's like a 1.5 inch gap top and bottom. So I think I want to do something there to cover that. I don't think it's going to look bad. The wall's white. I don't think it would look bad if it's left open, but I think I can maybe do something. I'll go through my pile of wood, see what I got. But yeah, I think that's going to be kind of nice hanging up on the wall. It'll just give it a pop that it needs, because it's kind of a small gun, so it needs a little help. So I'm going to put this together now, and like I said, I got to figure out something for this, and yeah, we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I got this sign mounted in there. I just used some small nails. There's holes in the sign for you to do that. And then I cut out this, actually this is a piece of Luan I had, extra piece. Part of it was damaged, so I just took the good part of it. And I cut it out. 12 by 12 is what this shelf is. And this is gonna go on the back side of the shelf. And you know, that might actually look okay, but I'm going to do a little something different here to it. I'm going to take my little torch here. This is just a little torch you can get. You can get gas. I think you can get this at any auto parts store, even the home stores. I'm going to take it. I'm going to give it a burn finish. Just give it a different, or kind of an old look, I guess. I only got like 1.5 inches that's going to show here. I really don't need to do the whole thing. I'm going to do the edges here so they're not quite noticeable. When it's hung up, I'll do the edges. I mean, you can do as much of this or as little of this as you want to get the effect you want, but I'm going to play around with this, get it nice and even, and we'll get this mounted behind the shelf. Okay, I got my piece all burnt. Now I'm attaching it with some screws here. I'm using a I don't know what they call this. It's a drill, and it's got a countersink on it. I guess it's the countersink bit. Just doing that to get the screws so they're flush. Now, I got that metal sign behind this, so I'm using these rusty 1/4-inch washers that I had. Actually, they're lock washers, but I flattened them out. And I'm just going to put them behind here to take up some of that space, so it doesn't bow the wood all out of shape. And that's it. I'm going to go around until this is all secured. So when it's all put together here, this is what I've got. Actually looked like someone actually planned this out, huh? With them countersunk screw holes, it really makes it nice flat in the back here. Next step here, I'm going to, I guess you got to figure out where these are going on here to actually mount the gun. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it, and I'm going to drill the holes out, and then I'm going to mount this shelf up with these holes. So these holes are going to go into the wall, and that's going to hold the gun and everything up. So that's how I'm going to do it. you could use the hanger that it comes with, and you could hang it up like that. You could screw it, you know, a few holes up here, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to use these mounts to actually mount up the whole thing. So, okay, so I got my holes drilled. I got this, it's pretty close to where it's going to be. It's falling down a little bit because the screws aren't screwed into anything. But yeah, that's pretty much what it's going to look like right there. I got to grab some foam tape, because back here where I got metal to metal contact on the gun and the mount, I'm going to put a little foam tape back there, same with this mount, so I don't scratch my really nice nice gun. It actually shouldn't really scratch because it shouldn't be moving, but I'm just going to add it just to be safe. Okay, so one final touch before I head in to hang this up. I just took the torch and I heated up the metal, and you can see how it kind of turned it kind of a bluish burnt color. So that'll help hide the mount and kind of give it a unique look too. So there it is, guys. Pretty much it with this project, except for getting it on the wall. This is kind of fun, quick little project, custom gun display that no one's gonna have, and it didn't take a lot of time, didn't take a lot of money, so I'm happy with it. Really think it turned out well. So I guess, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. I'll see you.